The White House has confirmed that Ukraine is using cluster munitions against Russian forces. White House spokesperson claimed the cluster bombs had delivered effective results. Kiev received the first batch of cluster bombs last week. Moscow said they will also use cluster munition in retaliation. Remember, cluster bombs have been banned by over 100 countries. This is because they tend to leave unexploded munition which poses a danger to civilian population. Belarus released a video which showed Wagner mercenaries training near the Polish border. The Wagner soldiers can be seen training alongside the Belarusian troops. According to reports, the drills are being held just 5 kilometers from Poland's border. Polish Defense Ministry said they were tracking the military training exercise closely. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky sacked his country's ambassador to the UK. This was after the Ukrainian envoy criticized Zelensky publicly. The sacked ambassador told British media that Zelensky should show more gratitude to the UK for receiving weapons. After removing the envoy, Zelensky said, and I quote, "I don't believe his sarcasm was healthy." Meanwhile, over 20,000 rail workers went on a strike in the UK. They demanded better wages and job assurances. Many protesters complained that UK's rising inflation was making it difficult to meet daily needs. The strike caused a disruption in train services across the country. The demonstration comes just days before England's peak travel season. At least 4 people have been arrested in connection with a viral video of women being paraded naked in India's northeastern state of Manipur. Yesterday, a video that showed 2 Kuki women being paraded in Manipur went viral. According to reports, one woman was even gang raped. The incident, which took place almost 2 months ago, has sparked outrage across India. Meanwhile, women in Manipur torched the house of one of the arrested suspects in the sexual assault case of the Kuki women. Local women expressed their anger at the incident as they burned down the suspect's house. The reaction comes after the main suspect seen in the video was arrested on Thursday. Police officials say they are still searching for at least 30 other suspects. Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe is on a 2-day visit to India. The Sri Lankan leader held talks with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi today. He thanked PM Modi for supporting Sri Lanka during its economic crisis. The two leaders discussed reconstruction and reconciliation in the island nation. PM Modi also raised concerns of safety of ethnic Tamilians that reside in Sri Lanka. The visit by Sri Lanka's president comes as both nations mark 75 years of diplomatic relations this year. Clashes continue in Kenya as opposition parties are protesting over a tax hike and rising cost of living. Several people were injured due to the violence. Protests began on Wednesday as thousands took to the streets. The demonstrators have clashed with police for 3 consecutive days. At least 300 protesters have been arrested. Several opposition leaders were also detained by police officials. Iraq expelled a Swedish ambassador to its country on Thursday. This was over another planned Quran burning protest in Sweden's capital Stockholm. Baghdad also suspended the working permit of Sweden's Ericsson company on Iraqi oil fields. Yesterday, protesters stormed and set the Swedish embassy on fire in Baghdad. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said efforts were on to reach a consensus on the judicial overhaul plan. He said that negotiations with other parties were still in progress. Israeli lawmakers will vote on the judicial overhaul bill on the 24th of July. Ahead of the vote, protests have intensified against Netanyahu's government. On Thursday, thousands blocked a major highway in Tel Aviv. They demanded a rollback of the planned judicial overhaul. One person was killed and 3 were wounded in a stabbing attack in South Korea's capital, Seoul. Police have arrested a suspect in his 30s. Hospital officials say one of the victims is in a critical condition. Police officials are probing the motive behind the attack. Australia and the US announced their largest ever combined military exercise. More than 30,000 troops from Australia, the US and 11 other allied countries will take part in the drills. The exercise will last for more than 2 weeks. It will commence on Saturday. Italian authorities seized a record 5.3 tons of cocaine off the coast of Sicily. The captured consignment is valued worth over $940 million. 5 people have been arrested. Italian officials claim the consignment was shipped from South America. In climate, Romania's capital is facing high temperatures this summer. Only a few people have ventured into the streets and very few have been spotted. People took cover in dense parks in the center of town as trees offered some respite from the heat. Heat records are being shattered all over the world. Scientists expect 2023 to go down as the hottest year since the record started in the mid-19th century. Hail and thunderstorms have battered parts of Italy. This follows scorching temperatures across the country. Footage shows heavy hail falling as lightning illuminated the sky. Meanwhile, on Wednesday, Italy put 23 cities on red alert during a wave of extreme heat. The country has been experiencing a heat wave with record-breaking temperatures. Typhoon Thalam has caused widespread flooding in China's southern Fujian province. Footage shows residents being ferried across the flooded roads. Thalam was the first typhoon to make landfall in China this year. Earlier this week, it struck the coast in Guangdong province. Since then, it has weakened into a tropical storm. The death toll from a massive landslide in the Indian state of Maharashtra has risen to 16. Local authorities have now advised to suspend the search. Meanwhile, around 100 people are still feared to be trapped in the rubbles. Catastrophic floods in the US Northeast have dealt a devastating blow to the farmers in the region. Some of the hardest hit farms were located along rivers stretching from Vermont to Connecticut. Farmers who spent months nurturing their harvest saw their efforts wiped out within hours. A fierce tornado tore off the roof of a house in the US state of North Carolina. The video shows the debris from the roof being thrown up in the air. The National Weather Service has said the tornado has left 16 people injured. 2 of them have sustained life-threatening injuries. Peru's Ubinas volcano resumed eruptions on Thursday. It unleashed a trail of smoke after days with no detectable activity. Video shows plumes of ash and gases erupting 3 kilometers above the crater. Ubinas is Peru's most active volcano. In July, explosions prompted authorities to issue an orange alert and declare a 60-day state of emergency. Moving to business, the Japanese government has downgraded its economic outlook for the current fiscal year. It now expects the country's real GDP to grow by 1.3%. This is lower than its January forecast of 1.5%. Meanwhile, Japan has raised its outlook for consumer inflation for the same fiscal period. The country now expects it to grow by 2.6%. This is up from 1.7% earlier. A US-based think tank has said that its leading economic index declined by 0.7% in June. The fall was slightly greater than what analysts had expected. The leading economic index that anticipates future economic activity fell for the 15th straight month. It was dragged by a weakening consumer outlook and increased unemployment claims. This marks the longest streak of decreases since the duration that led up to the 2007 to 2009 recession. Bankrupt crypto exchange FTX is suing its indicted founder Sam Bankman-Fried and other former executives. The company is seeking to recoup more than $1 billion that the executives allegedly exploited. The complaint accuses them of misappropriating funds to finance luxury condos, speculative investments, and other pet projects. In November 2022, FTX filed for bankruptcy. Following this, Bankman-Fried was arrested for lying to investors and committing fraud. The crypto firm is now led by a caretaker CEO, John Ray. Elon Musk's fortune slumped by $20 billion on Thursday. This was after share prices of his electric vehicle making company Tesla tumbled. Share prices of the automaker fell after Tesla warned that it may have to keep cutting the prices of its electric vehicles. Musk derives his wealth primarily from his stake in Tesla, as well as his holdings in SpaceX and Twitter. TikTok's e-commerce arm has struck a partnership with fintech startup Advanced Intelligence Group. This is to expand its online retail presence in Malaysia. Advanced Intelligence will offer its Buy Now Pay Later service as a payment option on the TikTok shop in the country. The service will let consumers defer payment for their purchase over a period of 3 to 6 months. Top artificial intelligence companies have made voluntary commitments to the White House to make technology safer. This includes companies such as OpenAI, Google, and Meta Platforms. The companies have committed to implement measures such as watermarking AI-generated content. They've also pledged to share information about how to reduce risks and invest in cybersecurity. Apple says it will remove services such as FaceTime and iMessage from the UK. This is over the country's update to its Investigatory Powers Act 2016. Under the new updates, the government wants messaging services to discuss privacy features with the Home Office before releasing them to customers. The Act will also let the Home Office demand the disabling of security options without telling the public. Video streaming platform YouTube has hiked the prices of its premium plans in the US. This is the very first hike that the company has implemented since the launch of the service in 2018. The cost of YouTube Premium's monthly plan has been increased by $2 to $14. Meanwhile, the price of its annual plan has been raised by $20 to $140. Reports say Twitter may be prepping a new job posting feature. This allows verified organizations on the platform to post job listings on their profiles. The feature is reportedly being referred to as Twitter hiring. The social media company hasn't officially announced the job postings feature yet. However, some verified organizations have already been able to post job advertisements under Twitter bios on their profiles. Amazon's palm scanning payment technology known as Amazon One is preparing to expand across the US. The payment tech will come to all of Amazon's Whole Foods Market stores by the end of this year. The biometric payment system works by having the customer hover their palm above a reader device. The device identifies the individual's unique palm signature. The signature is then associated with the customer's payment card to charge them for their purchases. Moving to sports, Indian skipper Rohit Sharma overtook MS Dhoni to become the 5th highest run scorer in international cricket. Rohit Sharma achieved this feat during the second test match between India and the West Indies. He is now just behind Indian cricket legends like Sourav Ganguly, Rahul Dravid and Sachin Tendulkar. With over 440 appearances, Rohit Sharma has a batting average of 42.92. Meanwhile, Virat Kohli surpassed Virendra Sehwag's record to become the Indian cricketer with the 5th highest run tally in Test cricket. He achieved this milestone during the second Test match against the West Indies. This was Virat Kohli's 500th match in international cricket. The 34-year-old batter has hit 28 centuries in Test cricket and has a batting average of 49.38. In football, Australia beat the Republic of Ireland 1-0 in the second Women's World Cup 2023 match. Steve Catley scored the goal in a penalty, giving Australia a winning start to the tournament. Australia are 10th in FIFA's Women's World Rankings, whereas Ireland are 22nd. England have decided to wear armbands throughout the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023 to raise awareness about different causes. They will be wearing a different armband each match day for a different cause. The Lionesses will be wearing Unite for Inclusion during their match against Haiti on Saturday. French football club PSG's goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma and his partner were assaulted and robbed at his home in Paris, according to reports. The robbers escaped after stealing over $500,000 along with jewelry, watches and other costly items. He and his partner were tied up during the break-in. Sources close to the matter say they were later hospitalized. Former Barcelona stars Lionel Messi and Sergio Busquets are all set to debut for US football club Inter Miami. They may play their first match for the club against the Mexican football club Cruz Azul in the League's Cup on Friday. Messi and Busquets officially signed with Inter Miami until 2025. Meanwhile, Spanish defender Jordi Alba signed for Inter Miami to reunite with former teammates Messi and Busquets. His contract lasts through the 2024 Major League Soccer season. Jordi Alba has played 11 seasons at Barcelona and helped them win 6 La Liga titles. In tennis, Hungarian player Amarisa Tots has apologized for erasing a ball mark during the Hungarian Grand Prix tennis match against China's Zhang Zhui. Tots erased a ball mark on the clay court following a disputed call. Second seed Zhang retired from the match midway due to the incident. Zhang says that the ball landed inside the court's line. In badminton, India's Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty advanced to the semi-final at the Korea Open. They defeated Japan's Akiro Koga and Taichi Saito 21-14 and 21-17 in straight sets. They will now play Chinese pair Liang Keng and Wang Chang on Saturday. In athletics, three-time Olympic gold medalist Shelley Price won her first 100-meter race of the 2023 season. This was in Switzerland. The 36-year-old reached the finishing line in 10.82 seconds to secure the first position. Her 2023 season was delayed so far due to a knee injury. Now, in the world of entertainment, actor Kevin Spacey arrived at a court in London on Thursday. He gave his closing arguments as his sexual offences trial comes to a close. 63-year-old Spacey is standing trial on 9 charges. He has pleaded not guilty to the accusations. Actor Seth Green joined fellow on-strike actors and writers outside Paramount Studios on Thursday. Green said, and I quote, "The production companies do not care about their workers." He stood up for the picketers and said workers were struggling to pay their bills. Green is popular for his roles in comedy and drama. He is known for his appearances in sitcoms like That 70s Show, How I Met Your Mother, and movies like Pennywise and Scooby-Doo 2. Actor Ryan Gosling accepted that his character Ken in the movie Barbie wore the same getup as K-pop band BTS's star Jimin Ken's outfit. In the BTS song Dance, Jimin is seen wearing a black shirt with white frills. The same can be seen on Gosling in the movie Barbie. As a gesture of respect, Gosling gifted the Korean star Ken's guitar. The actor also said that Jimin wore the outfit better. Actor and singer Selena Gomez shared a behind-the-scenes video of her sitcom Only Murders in the Building. The video also featured her co-stars Steve Martin and Martin Short. The show is a comedy drama series. It is about 3 strangers who share an obsession with true crime. Famous media personality Kim Kardashian opened up about her divorce with Kanye West. She admitted that after the divorce, she jumped into a relationship with her now ex-boyfriend Pete Davidson. Kardashian said, and I quote, "I definitely jumped into another relationship so fast." She started dating Pete Davidson in the year 2021. Spanish authorities have opened a new investigation into singer Shakira on suspicion of tax fraud. The court said they were working with prosecutors to explore 2 potential cases of tax evasion. The singer is already facing a trial for allegedly evading taxes worth over $16 million. Shakira, who now lives in the US, has denied any wrongdoings. Actor Jamie Foxx took to Instagram to announce a new project. The actor had been in the hospital for over 3 months after suffering a medical emergency in April. He announced that he was now in Las Vegas and was working on a campaign with a sports betting company called BetMGM. His Instagram post said, and I quote, "Got big things coming soon." Rapper Eminem made a surprise appearance at singer Ed Sheeran's Detroit concert in the US. The duo sang Eminem's hit song Stand and Lose Yourself together. This sent the fans into a frenzy. After the concert, Ed Sheeran said that the Detroit crowd was the loudest he had ever heard. Rapper A$AP Rocky rolled out a new song, Riot Rowdy Pepe. This is his first solo track of the year. The song features lyrics that mention a so-called wife. Fans are rumoring that Rocky and internationally renowned singer Rihanna, who is also his girlfriend, are secretly married. Earlier, Rocky even called Rihanna his beautiful wife at a concert. And finally, late rapper Tupacs Ring is in the top lot of collectibles at New York's Sotheby's hip-hop auction. The ring, which is known as McIvely, was designed and owned by Tupac. He had commissioned the ring after being released from prison in the year 1996. The estimated value of the jewel-studded ornament is between $200,000 to $300,000. जी अच्छा